Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pokémon Movie Club. This is a movie club. It's a club. We talk about movies and the Pokémon movies specifically. Today, we're going to be taking a look back at the 13th, 14th,
15th?
15th Pokémon movie. Keldeo, well, Kyruem, and it's the one with Keldeo.
Kyruem versus the Sword of Justice.
There you go. That's the one. It says it right there on the very stream that I'm looking at, that you're looking with us or on demand. I am here, of course. My name is Birdkeeper Toby, and joining me are the main hosts, virtually Marty and Sarah B. Joe.
Hello.
That was awesome, Toby.
You're welcome. I did it. I didn't know what I was talking about, but I did it.
So I'd be like,
and it was
I want to
fun.
guess 17 episodes. It's about time you did an intro. Obviously, this is movie club, kind of like a book club, with the idea of you've seen the film before watching this, then we will talk about it, what we do and don't like about it. So if you haven't watched the film, then this may be spoilery for you. But if you don't mind, then just listen through. So be warned, there will be spoilers. And I made an image. This is and this is all the places you can find this film if you haven't seen it already. You know, it took 17 episodes to make this, but I remembered today, and this is what we got. So you can watch it on all the things, and you can rent it on some might be on Netflix, sometimes on Pokemon TV. You can read it physically and digitally as well. So yeah, there are many ways to get involved with Pokemon Movie Club.
Is that reading it on an Amazon Kindle, or is that watching it on an Amazon Kindle?
You can read it
as a manga.
As a mangas.
Ah, okay.
And through Comixology.
Ah, well, there you go.
Yeah. See, there's
then.
and you can also get it on Google Play, I believe, as well as a book. I think there's just so many ways to get involved. Anyway, we're gonna make this one quick. Kyruem film. This is our 15th film. Joe.
Yes.
Where does this fit with things in
this
the Pokemon
just at
timeline?
the start of Best Wishes Series 2, just before Dawn appeared, if memory serves. It's after Burbank Gym, just before Dawn appeared.
Burbank Gym.
Yeah.
So this is.
Oh no! It was when Dawn appeared. So technically, this must have actually been set a few episodes beforehand, because Dawn's not in it.
Sure. And this is coinciding with the release of Black and White 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say,
this came out 3 weeks after Black 2 and White 2 came out in Japan.
3 weeks after Black 2, White 2, so that's pretty close. Was there any Pokemon we had not seen yet?
No, but Keldeo's Resolute form was revealed for this movie on June 15th, 2012 in Korokoro and the associated official websites at that time.
I think I remember that as well.
Mm.
That's ringing bells in my head. Was the Resolute form in Black and White as well? Or was
that
Black
was only
2,
in Black
White
2 and White 2.
Yeah.
As was Black Kyurem and White Kyurem.
And
July 14th, 2012.
July.
Naturally.
I'm so shocked. We had a short.
We did. This
We've
was
not
the first
seen
time
it.
we had a short with the movie since the Jirachi movie.
So yeah, it was.
I'm sure I saw it back in the day.
Yeah,
I think
it was
I've
on
seen
Pokemon TV.
It has been on Pokemon TV, and I think that's where I've seen it.
I think it sometimes periodically appears on it. Again.
Yeah, it does.
And
so
that is Meloetta's Moonlight Serenade.
Did we know about Meloetta for Black and White?
No, Meloetta was revealed in... Okay, so Keldeo was revealed in January of 2012, officially. Then Meloetta was revealed in February of 2012. And in April of 2012, Meloetta's Pirouette form was revealed. And then in June 2012, Keldeo's Resolute form was revealed.
Because the Meloetta event in-game...
Meloetta and its
The distributions in game, were they through movie ticket again?
It didn't have. Yeah.
Because I vaguely remember Meloetta's.
You got Keldeo for pre-purchase and Meloetta at the cinema.
This is the first period of time I remember quite frequently you could go to game and get a code, or you would connect to Wi-Fi or whatever to get the mythicals. And I remember getting Keldeo, Meloetta, and Genesect pretty much more or less back to back. It was like
Genesect had an online distribution because Genesect was revealed in July 2012. With the trailer for the next movie at the end of this movie, they just thought, you know what, there's Genesect.
I know, I've got them, but I can't remember
Meloetta never got a movie.
Meloetta never got a movie, but it did have a very long arc in the anime at the time of this movie, as well as the short. So,
and it's weird how this tied in with the games as well, because in the games, I always felt that Unova was quite overcrowded with legendary Pokemon, and Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion all seem to have a little bit more of a presence within the story of Black 2 and White 2, and I guess that kind of ties in with this a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you do see a lot more of them, and I quite like them as a legendary trio, but with Keldeo, there's 4 of them. I like them anyway. Excuse me. Right. So.
Sorry.
This is what I got put up with. It's like a reflex. Yeah. So. Let's have those blurbs then, Joe. Here we have the original release, the universe release that I got back in the day, and there is also the 4-pack you can get in the UK. By Manga UK. You can get a multi-pack on Blu-ray via Viz if you're in America, and you can get Manga UK one solo as well.
Okay, so
take it away, Joe.
During a train trip, Ash and friends spot an injured Pokemon that they don't recognise. They're planning a rescue when the train is attacked by the legendary Kyruem. Ash and others manage to get the unfamiliar Pokemon to safety, and they learn its story. The mythical Pokemon Keldeo is on a mission to rescue its friends Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion, the Swords of Justice, from Kyurem's icy clutches. But Kyurem has other ideas, and when it transforms into Black Kyurem or White Kyurem for greater power, things look grim. Can Keldeo find the courage to stand up to this menace? And this one? Ash and Pikachu, along with their friends Iris and Silent, are on a train headed to their next stop on their journey. From the train, Ash spots an injured Pokemon they don't recognise. They're planning a rescue when the train blah 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 blah. It's the same, but Kyurem has other ideas. It starts off different, but gets to be the same.
Oh, okay. I just realised it says Pokemon.co.uk on the back. Yeah. That just redirects Pokemon.
The sad thing about that is I do find the blurb is literally the entire film. There is, and this is why I have no notes. This film is so bland, and there is nothing happening.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Right. We gotta start with the world of Pokemon, as every Pokemon film starts with.
Sure.
It was basic. It was literally squares appearing all over the screen, and I'm guessing it was every Pokemon. It felt like every Pokemon.
Yes, it was every Pokemon.
And it was the same speech you get in every film, and it was just kind of Like, we've seen World of Pokemon a lot by this point, and that was boring. As Joe said, there was no new Pokemon, just the Resolute form of Keldeo. I gotta shout out, like, it starts off with the Swords of Justice training Keldeo, and you see the 3D grass, and it's like, this film, with its 3D animation, we gotta give it credit. They got it right now. It doesn't seem jarring, and there was many points throughout the film where and I'll get to those points as we go on. The 3D just felt natural, and it worked, in my opinion. There was no points I thought, oh, that's very 3D, and it doesn't quite merge with the 2D well. It just worked. Like, just seeing Keldeo go through the grass at the beginning, I don't know. What do you think about the animation?
It's alright.
I mean, I barely remember it, but to be honest, I think with a lot of the 3D animation, they tend to really sell it in the first shot and then never retouch upon it or really like. use
Yeah,
it as anything of it.
I agree there.
And this
They-
film quickly became derailed for something that's on
Haha.
a straight track. It became quite derailed quite quickly, I think.
But they do use 3D a lot more. Not for the sake of it, but the way that they have brought it in, it did work. So they're fighting, they're training, and then soon you hear them talking through telepathy. So animators
There are
rejoice, no lip syncing.
There are 5 legendary Pokemon in this movie. None of them should have the Pokemon to talk, and they all do. They all
That is
talk.
true. None of them are
Not
psychic,
okay.
are they?
No,
They're all.
No, you
Yeah,
don't need
but,
psychic to
all
talk
5
through
do.
telepathy.
Well, it's
I'm
kind
gonna
of
be
a
honest.
trait, though, isn't it?
Ash and the gang are barely in this film. They are mere passers-by and observers to the thing. They have no impact on the
I
story.
mean, you say that Team Rocket aren't in the film other than in the background.
Right.
All right,
No
you
one-
want to talk about the
Yeah,
Team Rocket thing
yeah.
now? Then
No
Team
one-
Rocket aren't in the film, apart from in the background.
Right.
Thank you for
No
repeating
one's
Yeah.
in this movie. This is a movie
But-
entirely about Keldeo, the Three Swords of Justice, and Kyruem, and that would be great if I cared about any of them. I don't care about any of them.
Going back to what Joe said about Team Rocket, this was a thing about Black and White, though. Team Rocket weren't
They
in.
often didn't appear for a while. They were more serious doing special missions for Giovanni, so
So this,
it did make sense for them not to be goofy in it.
yeah, and there was little point for them to be in it, and
Yeah.
it does fit well in the sense of they weren't in every Black and White episode anyway.
Well, they're not
so
in every X and Y, Sun and Moon, or New
It really
episode.
feels like they're in every Sun and Moon episode.
They're not.
Though. Really? Okay. But Beware is amazing, and I will miss her a lot. Okay, so they're training Keldeo up because he just wants to fight Kyruem to be worthy and to be part of the Swords of Justice. He has to defeat Kyruem. But they're like, nah, you're not ready. But Keldeo, not happy with that, goes off and challenges Kyruem anyway. And Kyruem, because Keldeo was not ready to battle him, cuts off his horn, which is quite violent for.
Yeah, I mean,
like, you don't really see Pokemon get hurt in such a
it
way,
put to
or
mind the Pokemon Adventures manga a little bit, where
Yeah, they
the
actually get
Charmeleon
slashed.
slash is.
But it's
not.
like cartoon. It's cartoon violence.
oh yeah, it's
so
cartoon violence, but
it's
you can
like-
see,
it's the cleanest cut.
yeah,
It's
Keldeo
like-
has no horn, but they call the horn bit their sword.
No, the sword comes out from their horn area.
Oh, and they look so ridiculous when they're using this. Look, look. I might be a bit biased because I think the Swords of Justice are some of the worst legendaries. I do. I think Cabal.
Objection, son!
I'm
think
just a
Cabal
little
is one of
bit-
the worst designed legendaries that there is. I think the other two actually look okay, but I also think you've got legendary birds, legendary golems, legendary beasts, and now in this generation we've suddenly got 3 Swords of Justice and 3 genies. Choose one or the others, and to that I say the Therian forms of the 3 genies are the much cooler trio out of all of the Gen 5 trios. Too much going on here. These should have been in Kalos, really. They're swords, they're
Yeah.
musketeers. They should have been in Kalos. I don't know why they were in this gen. They have no business being here. They have no business in the story. Why they're related to Kyruem, I have no idea whatsoever. How Kyruem transforms into black and white I'm sorry.
Do you want to take all of my notes in
You go
Right.
on. You carry on.
Okay. What haven't we said yet? I know you're in a rush to go today, Toby, but come on, man. We
I'm
got to
gonna
structure this a bit
out.
better. Personally, my thoughts on the Swords of Justice anyway, because at the time I was very heavily into competitive Pokemon, so I see Terrakion, I think Whimsicott, beat up, and also more recently I've been shiny hunting them on Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, so they took a lot of encounters for me to get shiny, so they're kind of a bit fresh in my memory for those reasons, and I find it hard to see them any other way. But yes, they're going back to the film, the Swords of Justice just watch Keldeo get
It's not their fight.
It's not their fight. But then they did come down to help. But then Kyurem's like, nah, and freezes them. It fuses into Kyurem white somehow, and to get Kyurem black or white in the games requires the DNA. Was it? Splicer. But yeah, it just happens, and Kyurem can seem to fuse.
The anime isn't the games.
Yeah, but it's a bit weird, and there was no like logic that annoyed me a bit.
Does Kyurem say something like, "I channel the power of Reshiram"?
No.
No, he doesn't even...
No, I don't even remember that much.
No.
So the Swords of Justice get frozen. Keldeo, injured, manages to get away, and then it jumps on to a train that Ash and friends happen to be on.
How convenient.
So, am I boring you?
Yeah.
And yeah, so Ash and friends on the train, Roshan City. I got that written here. The woman and the child appear at the train station. That's where they
look
are.
out for them every time now.
And they're in the end credits as well. In the city. So Kelly on the train injured, and he's all like, Kyurem's coming, and then Ash and friends try to help Keldeo, and then boom, there's Kyurem, and then there's another bit of
army of Cryogonal, which I can't help but feel that the army of Cryogonal and train sequence is the same sequence that we saw in the Shane movie with Magnazone and Magnetons. But we won't. It's fine.
Yeah, I feel like the train thing happens a lot.
It's because it's, better to animate a train in the movies than in the anime. It costs more money.
It's also, having a fight on the top of a train is a classic trope to just for like raising the stakes, right? Like your characters can't escape when they're on the roof of a moving train or they're inside a moving train.
I'm amazed how people stay on top of a moving train so easily.
In movies,
everything. Yeah, like I think I'd fall off instantly.
In movies, you would think that everyone has the like magnetic boots, like seeing them through the train. Yeah.
So they're on the train, manage to lose Kyurem. They get to the city, go to the Pokemon Center. Keldeo gets all healed up, and Nurse Joy gives Ash and friends a bit of a history lesson about all the other Pokemon in the film. And then Kyurem shows up to the city and tracks them down, and then they try and lose the Cryogonal and Kyurem. They lose them by going underground, and this is where the film started to lose me. There's an underground transport subway museum type thing. And then Iris steals a Zeppelin. Iris steals a Zeppelin.
Yeah, that sounds
How was Iris like 10? Just
stealing a
Zeppelin.
As you do.
To distract Kyurem and Cryogonal. Ash and everyone get into a cable car to go up the hill. Silent keeps going up in the cable car. I think that was a 3D animated bit, wasn't it? I thought it looked really good. Like, it was seamless. It wasn't jarring. And I like how Pokemon are now 15 films in are good at the 3D animation. So Silent in the cable car as a distraction. Ash and Keldeo try and go to save the other Swords of Justice. And then Keldeo is all like, nah, I can't go back. I lied to Kyurem. This is all my fault.
He had some trauma.
He had a bit of trauma. So yeah, they get there. Ash goes in, finds the Musketeers.
Thank you.
All frozen, sends out like Pignite and Boldor, and it's like, oh man, it's gonna take a while because he was trying to get into the ice and nothing was happening. And then Keldeo appears because he just finds the strength to face his
To
fear.
believe in himself.
Believe in
and then
himself.
He...
Kyruem comes back to find Ash and what he's doing, and Kyurem's not really happy about that. And Keldeo comes back to help Ash, and it thinks about the training and its friends and what they have taught him, and then it changes into resolute form, and then there's a big battle again between Keldeo and Kyurem, now that Keldeo has its sword. And that's pretty much the film.
I liked it. I thought it was a nice retelling of the Three Musketeers, because you have Cobalion, the leader, that's Athos. You've got Virizion, the best attacker, that's Aramis. You've got Terrakion as Porthos, who's the tough but playful one, and you've got Keldeo as D'Artagnan.
See, I don't know anything about the Musketeers, really, any of that.
Well, I do, and that's why I appreciated this movie.
I'm sure if I had seen any other telling of the Three Musketeers, I would have preferred it more than this Pokemon variant of it. I am not against these films, and some of them, I find better than others. I don't even think this is a bad one in terms of, it did so many things wrong. I just found it boring. I just found it so boring. I was like, oh, is that it then?
Yeah, it just felt more like a feature-length episode more than a film.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't
Maybe.
even think, I think Ash it was so predictable. It was and more so than any other movie. I mean, literally all that happens is, to recap everything you've just said in short sentences, Keldeo wants to be really tough and strong, but he's not ready yet, and he gets his butt kicked, and then he meets Ash, and then he's like, well, my friends are in danger, so I better go back now, even if I'm not ready. I think I might be ready now. Okay, good, I'm ready. And he saves the day. That is all that happens in this movie.
That sounds like pretty much every movie that ever exists.
Yeah, but there was no substance to it, is all I'm saying. It was a bare bones skeleton framework with Pokemon painted onto it, as opposed to any real character depth.
I liked it.
Every character was one-dimensional. Ash added nothing to the film. Ash was
I
just
don't disagree with anything you're saying
that's
at
kind of how
all.
I felt. I really
But
do
at
think...
the same time,
It was enjoyable.
I liked
I disagree.
it.
I think it didn't do anything to annoy me directly, not in the ways that the Shaman or Manaphy movies were kind of oh, this is painful to sit through. It was just more I've just come out of this and is that the movie then? What? I don't know.
I think it could
only
have
thing that-
benefited more if it didn't have time cut from it to do the Meloetta short, because each movie since the Jirachi movie has been longer because of the lack of a short, whereas here they put an 18-minute short in, so that's 18 minutes cut off the movie because they don't want to have people in the movies for more than 2 hours.
There almost was a middle part of the movie that felt like it was missing. There was some substance, some level of character journey for Keldeo where it actually, I don't know, manages to... there's no real difference between Keldeo when he loses to Kyurem and beats Kyurem, apart from he believes and turns into Super Kyurem and Super Keldeo. Not for me. Not for me, this one.
It was just nice for Ash to not be the chosen one, or as part of a festival that's going on in the town, or a special event of some sort. There was none of that. It was just, they were just travelling and come across the Keldeo, who has its own personal thing going on. The only things that annoyed me is how Kyurem can choose between black and white variants
At will.
and that a 10-year-old stills and knows how to fly a Zeppelin
And can land it back in the museum perfectly.
and can land it back. In the credits they take it back. It's fine.
I could kind of find the argument that, as a Pokemon theorist, that Reshiram is able to kind of... Because it did used to be part of Reshiram and Zekrom, that maybe some of that DNA is still there, and so it can access it
Probably.
at will. and so that's how it's able to change forms like that. I could buy that.
And they stressed a lot how it's like the strongest Pokemon, the strongest dragon type.
The
I'm
strongest
like, it's
dragon.
not.
I can't remember, but with the Hooper movie, which we'll be doing in 3 months, Kyurem's in it as well with black and white Kyurem. I can't remember if it changes between them or not, or I think it might just be black Kyurem in it.
I think black and
That's
white
a very
Kyurem
good
are in
point made in chat right now. Why would a museum have a working air balloon and an opening roof to fly it out?
How do you fit it through the door?
And also, like, it was a subway station, is where, like, they went underground to this underground subway station. So how did the public get into this museum?
They went underground.
So the subway stations only exist for you to go through the tunnels to get to this underground museum.
No.
It just seems a bit weird.
It's like how you get to like the V&A.
Oh yeah, that's underground, isn't it? But generally speaking, though, like, it was kind of a nice break for Ash to just not be at a festival or be the chosen one, or because that just feels like every film. So I kind of liked that. I liked how it was just straight to the point. I phase out when there's massive legendary battles going on. I get bored and my mind starts wandering. But this one did actually keep me watching. I wasn't distracted. But on paper, yeah, it's weak compared to other films. But I don't know why I still liked it.
I mean, it's not my favourite movie.
It's not my favourite. It's not my least favourite.
Like, and maybe this is just me, you could take everything out of it apart from Kyurem, Keldeo, and maybe Cobalion, and you'd still have the exact same film. You could take every other character away. You could take the scenery away. You like, if you just had that, you could still have the. I don't know. It just felt like there was nothing there for me. So yeah.
No, there wasn't a lot of substance. There wasn't. The story was weak. It was just a Pokemon that wanted to be strong.
Turns out he was always strong in the end.
Just by thinking of his
It was just
friends.
within him.
Within him, yeah.
And that's why Resolute form Keldeo has got a green feather, a blue feather.
Like the rest of them, yeah. I worked that out.
When did you work that out? Did you work that out today?
No, I've known that for years.
Wait, I'm gonna have a look. Keldeo Resolute.
Seriously, Toby?
Feather? Ah, the 3 things. Yeah, okay. Got ya.
Were you today years old when you discovered what those feathers are?
What, is it based on the other 3 Swords of Justice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've just never really thought about it, to be honest. But
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
That's terrible for a Pokemon theorist.
Animation as a whole, I can't be mad because the 3D stuff worked well. And that's just something that always bugs me when they try and use 2D and 3D animation together, that the 3D can look really jarring, and in some Pokemon films it is looked bad, and I cannot fault any of the animation with this film, so I gotta give it a tick for that. And 2 appearances of the woman and child.
It's like when you watch a Marvel movie, you just wait for Stan Lee. With these, you just wait for the mother and child.
Do you think the horns looked the swords looked kind of ridiculous?
Yeah. In fact, when it first... I have definitely seen this film before, but when Virizion first did the sword thing, I'm like, I don't remember this. I've never seen them with their swords before, and I was just really confused. But I do think it looks really weird.
I have some IGN reviews if you like.
Oh gosh.
IGN?
IMDb reviews.
He's dyslexic, remember.
There's only 7 reviews. They don't lean super positive. But from the some of the other ones, an uninspired entry that brings the franchise to a screeching halt. Let me tell you how this goes. 10 out of 10. Okay, so warning spoilers. So when Twilight Sparkle and Ash team up, okay, all right, Yeah, got ya. It's a parody review. Spoilers, friendship is magic, and the main plot point in this movie is no one's surprised.
Yeah.
The gang works together to show that teamwork and good friends, everything's possible. Any pony can tell you this is canon for sure.
Iris was a bit annoying in this film.
Here we go. Pokemon Retrospective Part 15.
Hey.
It's commonly agreed upon that the Black and White and XY films are the worst in the Pokemon franchise. Although I have only seen White Victini and Zekrom and Black Victini and Reshiram so far, I can already feel the remainder of this retrospective hanging above my head like an, I don't know what that says, outflow pipe of, I don't know what that says. Sword and Justice is just, so thank goodness then that Pokemon the movie, Kyruem versus the Swords of Justice, is just a 1 hour 12 minutes movie, the shortest installment in the series.
See, I'm glad. So yeah, it was the shortest one.
It may not be good, but at least it's over quickly. 3 out of 10 was that person's. I won't go on to read the rest. And I hate to be a pessimist. I like Pokemon movies. I'm excited for the next one, but I gotta agree.
I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10.
I was thinking 6 as well. I can't be mad at it. It's short.
Fair enough.
It's to the point. It's got.
I've always liked the
mythicals.
Three Musketeers.
You like the Musketeers?
No, I'm talking about as in the original The Three Musketeers.
I can't be mad at it.
Is liking the Three
Other
Musketeers
than-
a reason to like the movie? Just because it reminds you of something better?
Yeah.
It reminds you of something that is better than it?
I mean, yeah. Isn't that
Fair
why
enough.
people like some recent blockbuster movies?
Maybe. I don't know. I try to do it on the merit of what it's providing as opposed to like...
I just like the parallels, that's all.
Alright, fair enough. Hey, if you liked it, that's great. I'm not gatekeeping that everyone should hate this film.
I know
If you
this.
like it,
I
that is
know
awesome.
this film is bad
It's got its flaws.
and has its flaws. Iris flies a blimp.
The
It
actually
makes
only-
no sense.
The only thing I can say that I really did like about it was related to Iris, is just the fact that she was so excited about, and like it was like her telling the story of Kyurem and like how she was told when she was younger it's like the most powerful dragon Pokemon. And I like that. I like that when Pokemon treats its characters like characters, and it's like, yeah, of course she would know that because of her relationship to dragons and stuff. So I don't know. I kind of liked that aspect, but that's like the only thing that I think the film does right for me. I'm very excited for the next one though, because if I remember rightly, the next one is good. It's like a decent.
Genesect and the Legend.
Genesect. Can't say that. Genesect movie. Was it Genesect and the Legends
Legend Awakened.
Awakened? There you go then.
Back when everyone thought Mega Revolution was
And
awakening.
Mewtwo has a girl's voice.
But we will discuss that next month.
We will discuss that next month.
At length.
Overall, this film, Movie Club, a little shorter because this is a shorter film. Joe and I know it's bad, but we liked it. Toby just really didn't like it, and it's probably his least favourite one. But I don't.
Tied. I think it's tied with the Shaman and the Shaman and Manaphy movies.
Gosh, Shaman was really annoying in that film.
Yeah, it was.
Almost as annoying as Iris was through the entire Black and White saga.
Yeah, it reminded me today, like, because I vaguely remember the black and white anime, but
It's
now
like,
watching
oh my
it today,
gosh,
it's
shut
like,
up, Iris.
oh my days, she's really annoying. And she's just not happy at all.
No.
She didn't come across well. So, that is our thoughts on this film. Let us know what you think in Twitch chat if you're watching live right now, and if you're watching on demand on YouTube. Very keen to know that. And as you said, the next film will be
Genesect and the Legend Awakened.
And Toby, it will be on which day?
The 21st or 4th.
21st is the Friday.
The 21st. I was
The
right. The
21st.
first time. Go with that one. It will be on the 21st. That will
And
be
the
big.
same time, same place. If you have not seen that film, and this is where I get to use my image again, try and find it. It's probably on these platforms. Things drift in and out of Pokemon TV and Netflix. There's the Manga UK releases, there's the Viz releases, there are the manga releases. You can rent it on Amazon Prime, Google Play, iTunes. Like there's no excuse. You can find it everywhere because this is the new generation of films. They're pretty easy to come by. So please definitely check it out on any of these platforms, and then come back for Movie Club next time and have a little chat about it. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out what Toby was doing with his headphones.
I got these 2 panels, and they're just kind of fun.
Okay.
There we go. Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Toby and Joe.
You're welcome.
And we'll stick around on, if you're watching live on Twitch, for the post show, and YouTube will leave you here, and we'll see you then.